it's Birdie, and today's video is just a couple of tips for heading back into the new school year. So my kids are 5 and 6 years old. They will be going into kindergarten and first grade this next year. And yeah, I think they both have some nerves and some jitters about this. Even my first grader, he is changing schools. This will be a brand new school for him this year too. So yeah, that can always be nerve-wracking and kind of rev up the anxiety for little ones. So anyway, I think one of the first tips that I have is to, a couple weeks prior to school starting, start getting back into the habit of early to bed, early to rise. That way when first day of school comes around, it's not like pulling teeth getting the kids out of bed. Fortunately for me, my kids are always early to rise, and it seems like the later they go to bed, the earlier they actually wake up and the crankier they are. So they pretty much like to go to bed early and wake up early, but I know for, excuse the kittens back there, that's Mowgli and Benny. So anyway, yeah, that's not too big of an issue for us, but we have been and are still going to be on more vacations before school starts, and they do tend to stay up later when we are away from home. So hopefully that's not going to be too difficult of a change for them. But the next thing is, if you haven't been already through the summer, is to make sure that they are practicing their skills, their writing, reading, math skills, so that way they don't feel so overwhelmed with all of the new information and just getting back into the kind of school mode. So also it helps boost their confidence when they go in feeling like they know what they're doing. So at least for my son anyway, he definitely is one of those kids who will act like he doesn't know, even though he really does. He just likes to be 100% certain he knows what he's doing. So anyway, yeah, I would just say work on those skills, their penmanship, reading, writing, math skills, things like that. Also, when you buy your school supplies, even though, especially with the little ones, it can be really overwhelming to go shopping with your kids because they're pulling at everything, and I don't know about if your school gives you a school supplies list, but ours does, and the list is kind of ridiculous actually. It's so detailed and so specific, like we need this type of folder, two of these types of folders in these colors, and this type of folder in any color, and this glue, but it has to be this brand, and none of this, and anyway, it's just kind of crazy. So when you have the little ones and you're trying to focus, I know it can be overwhelming, but please bring them along. That way they can really put in their input and feel like they're contributing and getting things that they like and they're going to be excited to use once school starts. It's just another way to kind of bring a positive light towards school. The same with like their backpacks, lunch boxes, clothes, shoes, all that kind of stuff. The other thing that I would say, that the next tip, is to definitely keep talking about school. Keep the conversation open with your kids. Especially like with my son, he tends to have high anxiety, poor guy, he takes after his mama. But yeah, I think keeping that line of conversation open, and I'm always asking him, do you have questions about your new school? Do you have, how are you feeling about it? What are you excited about? And just let them know that you're there for them and reassure them that even though things might be different, there might be new kids, new teacher, new environment, new classroom, things like that, that you still have home, you still have your family, and everything's going to be okay. I think that's really important for them to know that you've got their back and you're thinking about them, and yeah, you're going to do everything you can to make school a positive experience for them. The next tip I have is, if possible, try to make play dates with some new friends that will be in their new classes. If you already know who your child's teachers are, you can shoot them an email and ask them if they could maybe reach out to any other parents. Our school also has like a Facebook group, so you can kind of blast out a request for play dates or whatever you have, whatever questions or anything like that. So that's a good way to connect with other parents and just be more involved and get your kids more involved in school. And if they have someone they know is going to be in their next class, they'll feel a little more comfortable being in a new classroom. The next thing is, prior to school starting, already have your routines and systems in place. So your kids should already know and should already be practicing their AM and PM routines. So in the morning, wake up, brush your teeth, get dressed, eat breakfast, do a chore or whatever it is. Have it in place before school even starts. Same with after school routine. So come home, have a snack, do your homework, then off to play outside or do sport, and then home, maybe some bath, and then maybe a little bit of screen time before bed, or maybe screen time first, then bath. Whatever your system, whatever you decide to put in place, just make sure you have it already established before heading back into school. It'll just make the whole transition so much easier for them and so much easier for you if you already have it going. Same with reward systems. So right now, this last year, we didn't have like a good grades type of reward system. We do chore rewards, but so far not really grades. In kindergarten, they don't really have grades per se. It's more just evaluation kind of thing. So we didn't really do anything like that. But if your children are older and you do like to offer grade incentives, then already have that established. That way they know, okay, I get an A, I get this, I get a B, I get this, or whatever it might be, honor roll, whatever the system or circumstance might be. Just already have it in place. That way they know what to expect, and that way they know what their goals are and what they can work toward. I know, I think even as adults, it's just nice to have a specific goal in mind before you're heading into starting a new project or a new task. And my last little tip, it's not really a huge one, but plan your lunches. If you are having to make and pack a lunch for your child or children, I would definitely recommend planning it out the weekend before, and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are awesome to freeze. So Sunday, you can make just a few pb&js, throw them in the freezer, and when you put them in the kids' lunchbox, they're already thawed by their lunchtime. So that's really awesome. And then that way too, whatever your lunch plan might be for your kids, they already know what they're going to be having if you share that information with them, I guess. But anyway, you will know what they're having, and it won't be like a scramble in the morning to get things together. And if you have time at night to pack as much of the lunch as you can, I would definitely do that as well. So anyway, those are just a few of my tips for heading back into the new school year with your little ones. So that wraps up this video. I really hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you don't subscribe already, please click subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!